Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video, and to all my subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyways, I am just popping in early this morning to give you an update on this Ambiano Smart Indoor Garden. It has now been 4 weeks. So let's see what we have here. All right, first off, I have my chives right here on the right, and they are growing really well. I just adjusted the light before I started this video because they were starting to bend underneath the height. And actually, I think this might be at one of its tallest settings right now. So I'm going to have to look into how to trim and harvest my chives. But they're growing really well. I know the video might be a little bit dark. I have as many lights on as I could, but I don't want to turn the garden light on manually because it will throw off the timer. So just please bear with me. Thank you. Okay, then the other big one here is my basil. It is growing like gangbusters. I already trimmed it over the weekend and made some bruschetta out of the leaves. It was really, really good. And it looks like I will have to trim it again this weekend because it is almost going to reach the light. Plus, I'm afraid that it is blocking the light for the smaller plants. So like here I have the mint. So you can see it has grown beyond the top of the lid of the pod. It's not growing as fast as I thought it would, but it's pretty well. So I'm hoping soon I'll be able to harvest some mint, for tea or just for your water, just something nice and refreshing during these hot summer days. Okay, and the last update here is my thyme. Now, I know from this perspective, it looks like nothing's happening, but when the garden light is on and it's really bright and you peer into the little hole, you see that there is a small green shoot coming to life. What ended up happening, because last time in the video I said I was just going to give it a couple more days, was that the big dog just happened to pick up the pod to look at it. He was trying to see if he could see anything growing in there, and he noticed that only the bottom half of the pod was wet, not the top half. But everything else, be it basil or mint or chives, the entire pod was soaking wet. So he just took the pod over to the kitchen sink, ran it under the water for about a minute or so to saturate the dirt, or the whole pod, and then he brought it back and plopped it in, and we've checked it ever since, and we've noticed that the entire thing has stayed wet. And so it's almost as if it needed to be primed for some reason, but that seemed to have done the trick because we can see the tiny green shoots starting to come up. So hopefully soon we'll be able to see the thyme poking up from the hole, and we won't have to keep this little plastic cover on it anymore. Now, as you can see, I know it's a little dark, but there's a lot of roots growing in there because, of course, the plants are big. So I just refilled the water over the weekend when I trimmed my basil plant. And what I noticed was that, unlike before when the plants were brand new, the water, of course, is, as expected, being used more rapidly. So when I filled it just about 5 days ago, it was nearly down to the minimum mark. Now I just fed my plants because it is 2 weeks, so I just put in, more of the another capful of this liquid plant food, and of course topped up the water. And it was actually about a third of the way down. So in less than a week, it got to be, nearly halfway gone. And that's just, I'm sure these plants just need a lot more nutrients and water to maintain their growth. So I have to keep an eye on that, as well as the height of my light. So I have to say, overall, I am still pleased 4 weeks later because I'm getting herbs, and I've actually made a dish out of something. I do have to do some research to figure out how to trim these chives without killing the plant. But so far, everything's working really well for $40. I think the only drawback, aside from it being a little small, is that the 12-hour timer on this light isn't exact. So it shifts a few minutes every day. So I would say about once a week. I usually kind of reset it myself. I'll turn it off when I want it to turn off, and then the next morning I make sure it pops on, that I turn it on at the right time. So it kind of resets the clock. But in terms of doing that maybe once a week, it's really not much of a compromise in terms of having to save about $60 to get a comparable arrow garden. So anyways, just wanted to give you a quick update on my herb garden, and just to say I am still very pleased with my Ambiano garden, and hopefully all of you are growing some wonderful plants, be it salad greens or herbs. And so, feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget, if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out if you already haven't. So everybody have a good day and take care. Stay safe. Bye.